Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Metal Magdalene with Jet right here on Metal Messiah Radio. Tonight we have a special guest with us. We have Ernie Jaramillo of the metal band Chemicaust. Welcome to the show, Ernie.
Thank you.
So you guys are based out of Texas. So what's the metal scene like in Texas nowadays, and what made you decide that you wanted to start this band up?
Well, the metal scene here in Dallas, Texas, that's where we're up in the northern part of Texas, and it's really good. There's a lot of clubs out here, a lot of bands, a lot of great bands actually that are out here. Just to start off the band, me and my friend Damien have been doing this for years, and we were actually from Albuquerque, New Mexico originally. We moved out here, and we wanted to do like an 80s style thrash band, kind of, but how a modern band would kind of go about doing it, this day and age.
Okay, I was going to ask you how you would describe your music, but is that how you would describe your music, Ernie?
Yeah, I think like we like to think about it as like 80s thrash right before death metal like really came in. It's like where thrash started having like the really aggressive vocals, stuff like Creator and Destruction and bands like that, Slayer, where the voice was getting a little bit more aggressive.
So hey, what's the lineup in the band?
My friend Damien Giron, he's the lead guitar player, and also Pierce Morales, he's the other lead guitar player, and our drummer's name is Ron Harris.
And now, Ernie, were you guys like all into the same kind of music?
It all varies. We all have a common love for thrash. But like our drummer's more progressive. He likes a lot of Watchtower and Rush and stuff like that, like where it's real intricate drumming. And Damien gets into a little bit more technical stuff than I do. And Pierce is a lot younger than the rest of us. We're pretty, we're up there. We're old metalheads, but Pierce is a young guy, and it's amazing that he's into the old style thrash the way we are.
And so, you mentioned bands like Destruction. So, I mean, who were some of your, influences, growing up and leading up to forming this band, Ernie?
Well, growing up, I was in high school in like the mid 80s, 85 to 89. So Metallica and Slayer and Creator, Destruction, Exodus, all the old school thrash bands. A lot of them are still around, but that's the stuff that really got me. I would say so. A lot of the thrash stuff is what influenced me, and then death metal came in, and I was like, I got really into death metal for a while, but I just kind of went back to thrash. I kind of like that style. But, I like the death vocals, but sometimes, like, when you get into the real guttural stuff, it gets a little bit, it's great. I love to listen to it, but for me, being in a band, I kind of want a wider range, to where more people could get into it, more people could enjoy it.
And now you guys had an EP that came out in 2015, so what did you do to follow up that EP as far as, like, playing shows out and that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, that EP helped us out a lot. We were always intending to add on to it to make it a full length CD, and that's what we did. A lot of the songs that are on As Empires Fall are also on our new our full length CD, Unleashed Upon This World. But we had a CD release show here in Dallas for one of my favorite bars, Reno's Chop Shop, in an area of Dallas called Deep Ellum, which is really cool. It's like the heart of the underground right there here in Dallas. But we played a lot of shows, and we tried to get out as much as we could. Last April, we went out to Milwaukee and played the NYDM Spring Bash, and that was great for us. And the EP just did a lot for us. It got us out there. We were able to mail it out. Like we have a good following in Germany because we have a friend out there, Joachim Shalom, and he sold over 70 of our CDs out there for us.
Wow.
And so we've gotten a lot of attention from not only just in Dallas, but United States and, Germany and Austria and different areas. It's amazing. But,
and you guys, now you have the new full-length album out, and it's called Unleashed Upon This World. It's off of Dark Rituals Records. So, Ernie, do you all contribute to the writing process of this album?
We all do. It's all a group effort. Each person does their part. The guitar riffs are worked out by both Damien and Pierce. They work out the guitar riffs. They bring ideas to all of us, and then we all kind of incorporate the arrangement. I'll try to see what lyrics will fit with what parts, and if we need to do a certain part twice, or we try to arrange it where it's just not riff after riff after, try to create songs, like well-crafted songs. And our drummer, he puts a lot of work in creating unique drum beats and drum fills, and he's not just like he's not like a normal thrash drummer.
No drummers are normal, Ernie.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
So what is the lyrical content then based upon for this album, Ernie?
Well, mainly it has to do with war, war in general, but also it does have other like kind of typical thrash themes. Mm-hmm. We have a song called Human Sacrifice. It's more about, I guess like the Aztecs sacrificing virgins to the gods, I guess. So not really that, but it's sacrificing people to the gods. And there's a few other, subjects that we cover, but they're kind of typical thrash style subjects, but mainly war.
And now, Ernie, in making this album, did you approach this whole process differently than you did when you recorded the first EP?
I think we kind of we wanted to stay in that kind of realm that with As Empires Fall.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't want to go too far out. We wanted to keep it in that style, and we also wanted to incorporate some of the earlier songs that we had. We wanted to make sure we incorporated everything to cover this period in time with Chemicaust, mm-hmm. before we move on and try to see what else we could do.
And how did you guys approach it then musically compared to, what you did the last time around?
It's basically, the same style that we of writing. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much the same typical way that we went about it. Came up with the riffs, and kind of bashed out the riffs, then worked on the lyrics and the arrangements. And I can't really say that we did anything different, mm-hmm. With Unleashed Upon This World, as opposed to As Empires Fall.
And now the last song on the album is an Exodus cover, A Lesson in Violence. So why did you guys choose to include this song on the album?
I think it just incorporates our roots. Mm-hmm. we love that old style thrash, and we kind of gave it our own style to it, added our own style to it. But just incorporate where we're coming from.
So tell us a little bit about the cover art and the artist, because it's very thrashy. I mean, when I see that, almost when you see that before knowing anything about your band, you think of, like those old school thrash bands. So tell us a little bit about the cover art and the artist, Ernie.
Well, we went with Ed Repka. Mm-hmm. And I just think, Ed Repka, he's a well-known, great artist. He's the artist behind Megadeth CD covers and Death and Municipal Waste and hundreds of other, awesome CD covers for thrash bands. And I just thought that was perfect for us, especially for the style of music that we're doing. Mm-hmm. When we had the opportunity to use his work, we had to do it. It costs a little money, but
it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it.
So where did you guys record this? I mean, was this something you did locally?
Yes, it was locally. We have a friend out here, Irving Lopez, mm-hmm. and he did everything for us. He and it was in a couple of different places also, because he was working out of this one studio where we did the drums for the first part, and then we recorded the rest of the stuff. Yeah, this was as Empires Fall. We originally recorded in this one studio the drums, then we did all the bass, guitar, and vocals at his house. And then when it came to Unleashed Upon This World, he had actually got a small little studio that he owned, that he was working, that is now unfortunately defunct and closed down. But that's where we did the drum tracks and everything for Unleashed Upon This World, was at his studio.
And now you guys recently had an album release party with our friends in Diabolic at the beginning of the month. So how did that go for you guys?
Well, actually, Diabolic wasn't able to make it. There's a bunch of logistics that just didn't work out, but we were still able to do the CD release party with our friends here, who also released the CD on the same night. My friends in a band called Protest. Mm-hmm. So it was just a all Dallas metal band CD release show. Unfortunately, Diabolic wasn't able to play.
So how did it work out, though? Did you guys still have a good time? And...
Oh yeah, we had a blast. It was at our what I like to consider my home bar, Reno's Chop Shop, and it was packed. It's a small place, but it was. I hadn't seen that many people there in a long time.
And so what have been like some of the early reviews? I know that you've gotten it out there now to some media outlets. What have been some of the early reviews coming in, Ernie?
Well, so far the only review that I've received has been in Italian, and I know we're still waiting on some more. I know there's a Polish magazine that's contacted us about doing a review, and we're just waiting. The CD was just released on the 6th,
right?
And, so it's still all brand new to us.
It is, but what about just like some of the people that have heard it? I mean, what have been some of their feedback for you?
Oh yeah, they love it. Everyone that I've talked to is they love the CD. We've actually been selling a lot of them. I've recently mailed CDs to Italy, Austria, let me see, Poland.
So you're getting all over the world, Ernie.
yeah, it's amazing,
Well, it's like you said, you guys do kind of keep it in that old school style a bit, but with a little bit of a modern twist, you know what I mean? You don't really feel like you're in the 80s. Well, you sort of do a little bit, but I liked it myself when I heard it too. I liked the Exodus cover. The whole album I thought was great. I mean, it's nice to hear. I hear so much death metal all the time, like you were saying. And then when I get, this great thrash from you guys across my desk, it was refreshing and it was just really nice and it's really fun. There's just something about thrash that no matter what you're singing about, it's fun,
Yeah.
So what do you guys have coming up for the rest of the year, Ernie?
Well, we're trying to get out of Dallas as much as we can.
Uh-huh.
We have a show out in Indiana, and we're in March, we're going to try to do a show in Nashville and then go up to Indiana and then come back to Dallas. Mm-hmm. and then go the opposite way, go to Albuquerque, New Mexico, our hometown, and then to Phoenix. And we're just trying to get out as much as we can, and hopefully we can get on a tour here by the end of the year. That's we've been talking about a lot of things, but that's my biggest goal right now. What I would love to do is a 2-week tour in Europe. That's
Hey, you're getting there. I mean, it's like you said, it's your first full length album that came out. It just came out a couple of weeks ago, so it's still, like you said, it's still going through the process. And we're actually going to give away a couple tonight on tonight's show. So thank you for that after the interview. But you're getting there, and the people in your hometown absolutely love you. And it's like you said, Germany, they're already getting, you have a lot of help out there with promotion, and they're huge. I mean, they love their thrash. I mean, the creator and then you guys, and, and they're hungry for it. There's just been so much, inundation of death metal, I think that it's really nice for, thrash to get out there and make its way in the world. So have a little patience, Ernie. It just came out a couple of weeks ago. And Ernie, with the release of the new album now, did you have more merch made up too and that kind of thing?
We're still working on merch because working with an artist like Ed Repka, you don't actually own the art.
Right.
You kind of like purchase the rights, and we're still working on getting the money to purchase the rights for T-shirts.
There you go. Well, then we know they're going to be killer if they're from him. So, and Ernie, what's the best sites that people could go to, learn more about the band? Where could they go to, pick up a CD and that kind of thing?
Well, they could definitely, if they want to find out what's going on with our band, they could check us out on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. And if they want to order our CDs, if they go to chemicaust.com, it'll link you to our band page, our Bandcamp page. And also they could contact Robert Ewers at Dark Rituals directly. He's also has CDs available. But.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. Ernie, we're going to give away, like I said, a few copies of the CD tonight. And thank you to Dark Rituals for that. And Ernie, thank you for taking the time out to tell us about the band. And all the best to you in 2018. We'll be looking for you on that European tour.
Great. Well, thank you.